Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and since pre-workouts seem to be a big topic in the community in the last 24 hours, let's actually talk about pre-workouts and why they actually are useless for you personally. So let me put on my +5 out of weaponsmithing, work on skill up my crafting a little bit, and let's talk about this. Because these are one of the most interesting products that have ever been produced by the supplement industry, that have caught on, have gone everywhere, to the point to where people consider them to be almost mandatory in certain circles. And we'll get to the only major study in a minute that was ever done on this, because I've covered that before. But what people need to understand, the reason people take pre-workouts is obviously to get a better workout. People are like, well, I need them sometimes just to get more motivated, to get more drive, to get that extra rep, to lift 5 more pounds. And that, of course, produces more gains for me. But you know, here's the interesting thing that's out there. When we start looking closer at the data, and again, this has been noted by a lot of people out there, everyone from Greg Nuckols to Matt Perryman, a lot of these legitimate coaches and experts have noted in their own personal research and observations that getting overly psyched up, psychological arousal, actually produces more overreaching and not good overreaching, meaning reduces your capacity to recover from a workout even if the same weights are lifted. In other words, the act of psyching yourself up and getting psyched up during training itself, while it can be useful from time to time, and we all do it sometimes, I get psyched up at least once every couple of weeks on a heavy deadlift or something. I sure don't do it every workout. And the reason for that, we know that psychological arousal itself has a negative impact on recovery, completely separate from the tension created by the weights. In other words, it has its own ability to reduce your ability to perform next time you train, because it taps into your recovery ability. And again, irrespective of whether you lift more or not, it has its own separate impact on your recovery. So if you're taking all these stimulants and pre-workouts, they create more psychological arousal. It's even been suggested by some experts that you might do better over the course of a longer period of training if you don't even listen to music that gets you too psyched up. That maybe you shouldn't crank your Slayer up on your headphones. And that's a controversial stance, but there are coaches and experts with advanced degrees who believe that might be the case at this point. Food for thought. So you've got that end of it, and we have that psychological arousal. We have the extra adrenaline going. And the question we get into is, does it actually help you? And I'm going to go out on a limb and say no, because when you balance out the extra 1% workload or 2% workload you generate in a training session versus the inroads it creates in your recovery, over the long term it may produce either negative benefits, meaning less than you would have gotten without it, or it balances out, rather than it giving you a real benefit. And that's the thing, people are like, well, it helps me lift a little more sometimes. That's not guaranteed to give you results over a period of time. And so here's the question that we come down to. People say, I'd use it to get a better workout. Well, to me, and this is going to be my opinion, you might have a different definition of a better workout. To me, a better workout is a workout that contributes better to my goals than the opposite. Meaning, if you add something to a workout, a pre-workout, an exercise, something to your routine, that if it's better, then you should get better results as a result of it. You're either going to get bigger faster from it, you're going to get stronger faster from it, you're going to lose fat more effectively from it. There needs to be some net benefit, a benefit to you for it to be better. Not just that you believed it was better. Better means it needs to actually give you something in return, an improvement. Well, that's the thing. The pre-workouts don't seem to do that. And the research shows that. And here's the kicker we get to. The same companies that produce pre-workouts oftentimes produce really crappy training programs. Programs not written by a strength and conditioning coach. Programs not written that understand overreaching versus underreaching models, that balance workload and progression with recovery. They oftentimes don't look like that at all. They're not properly written or properly periodized at all. Same companies that sell pre-workouts, you wonder why that is? are individuals who are pushing pre-workouts? Yeah, because you need some stimulant to get through your workout because you didn't properly balance your recovery and your rate of perceived exertion and your tonnage from workout to workout so that you could properly adapt and recover and keep progressing. So therefore, since you're dragging ass on some of your workouts because they're poorly written, you're needing something to help get you through the workout. A little bit of coffee and some rice could have probably gotten you through the workout had you written it correctly, had it been on a properly written program. Pre-workouts are a band-aid to fix piss-poor training methods, piss-poor training programming. That's what they are. They're a band-aid fix for a bigger problem. And the supplement companies that are doing this are giving you guys a fake created problem. Well, you're not getting consistency workout to workout. Yeah, because you're running a piss-poor workout that they gave you that's not well written. So then they sell you the solution. They create the problem, then sell you the solution to the problem that they created. Beautiful system. I mean, it's great money in it. It's a lot of money in it. It's just not particularly ethical, and here's the better solution. Train smarter. Run a better written program, and then you don't need to spend the $30 a month on the pre-workout. You don't need it anymore. And here's the thing. Pre-workouts can be addictive for some people. A lot of people, once they start using them, they get side effects. Negative side effects that affect them. They're addictive. People have problems with them, elevated blood pressures, people get nausea from them, everything else. For a product they didn't actually need. They just had been running a proper program, they wouldn't need it. And you know what we found in the only major study done on this, and I've linked it before, and I've did a whole video on it, when they studied Craze, one of the most popular pre-workouts ever, and they actually took like 40 people in each group, so they had a big enough sample size, and then they measured they put everyone on a program written by a certified strength and conditioning coach, and they had a registered dietitian write their diet. So in other words, they were following proper training and proper nutrition. Guess what? The group that took Craze didn't see a single drop of improvement over the other group that didn't take Craze because they were on good programs and they were eating correctly. They didn't benefit from the pre-workout. The Craze group didn't gain any muscle or any more strength over the course of like 8 weeks over the people who didn't take the supplement, because pre-workouts don't actually help you. They're a band-aid fix for an artificially created problem, and that artificially created problem is running shitty training programs. That's it. They don't help you. They're not useful to you in any way. I wouldn't say they're worthless. I'm going to say they're useless, because they're not worthless, because they're worth a lot of money to the people selling them. Pre-workouts are a great way to make money. They're a great way to expand your bank account, but they're not a good way to help you gain more muscle or more strength. They don't actually help you in that way. And there's no evidence suggesting that they do it. If anything, the evidence, when you really look at it, suggests they might actually hurt your progress. And they're doing so at a financial cost. Alright guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.